my club. Give me a little extra bicep on the right side. I go up there, they'll be like, yeah, that's my twin brother, just one size smaller.
Is that Carl?
Yeah. Who's that guy?
Does he look like me?
It needs a little hair sticking out there.
It does. I don't know. Hopefully not in my bedroom wall. It's like when I wake up, first thing I see that. I don't know. I'd probably be in the living room. I would say it'll be like walk in the door, the first thing you see. They definitely pay me skinnier than I am. So. Oh. Look just like me, right?
The drama continues.
The Korn Ferry Tour is the proving grounds to the PGA Tour.
The task at hand, move into the 25.
That's what everybody's fighting for.
I know I have the ability. I shouldn't be afraid to dream big.
I've been working on this my whole life. It means everything to me.
Fighting for your competitive life. The pressure is intensified.
There's so many good players. Anybody can win out here. I love the grind and trying to improve.
You want to play against the best, so you want to beat the best. That's what you practice for.
So much on the line, careers and lives to be changed.
I am one tournament.
One round.
One swing.
One birdie.
On the Korn Ferry Tour, we are all
one shot away.
The grand finale of the season, where everyone's focus is getting one of these, a PGA Tour card, a ticket to the highest level of golf. You can feel the magnitude of the moment heading into the end of the regular season and the finals. This is a culmination of a seasons-long journey. Careers are on the line. Lives will be changed. This is what the Korn Ferry Tour is all about.
I lock up the card kind of early, but still, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of emotions going through me.
With victories this season, Yuan and Trevor Werblow earned enough points to go tour-bound, securing their futures on the PGA Tour.
I've gained a lot of confidence with, how I've played and winning out here. There's still a lot to play for these last 4 weeks. Where you finish on that points list is a big deal.
Also focusing on the points list, Taylor Montgomery is tour-bound but still in search of his first win.
On the Korn Ferry Tour, it's been a little more frustrating the last 3 years because I have had opportunities to win and I just haven't closed the door basically.
With experience on his side, Korn Ferry Tour veteran Kevin Dougherty's game is dialed.
This season, it's been amazing. My game has been the most consistent of my entire career. So I'm looking forward to another great week and playing myself into that top 25.
Sweden's Vincent Norrman has maintained his spot in the 25 for the last 6 events and enters Omaha in 24th, right on the bubble.
I mean, this is the coolest thing. You dream to be here and you have a shot at it. I'm pretty lucky to be here, to have the chance. So I'm very excited to go out and play.
As his former college teammate battles for a PGA Tour card, John Pak fights for a spot on the Korn Ferry Tour next year.
I'm just ready to play my best golf. I've got nothing to lose, but everything to gain.
And with everything to gain in Omaha, the Korn Ferry Tour's regular season concluded at the Pinnacle Bank Championship.
This is as important a 4 days in golf as you will face. Some call it the best week in all of golf.
Whoever's in the top 25 at the end of the year is getting their tour card. That's the only time it matters, is the end of the year.
While Trevor Werblow's week ended early missing the cut, the rankings leader looked to defend the #1 spot, making the weekend by 2 shots.
Carl Yuan, he's leading the money list. You finish #1 on the money list, you get into the Players and the US Open next season.
Entering Nebraska with his game on point, Taylor Montgomery went low. In a 3-way tie for first, the Las Vegas native positioned himself once again for his first victory.
I'm definitely excited to see what the week brings. I've been close. You just got to play a little bit better.
Entered the week 50th, still a chance to win this week.
Trailing Montgomery by 2 strokes, Kevin Dougherty was in the top 10 with 2 rounds to play. A win would secure a spot in the 25.
Kevin has played a beautiful round of golf so far.
Finished on a good note yesterday, making birdie on 18, and then got off to a really good start on 10. Just really enjoyed it out there today. Getting to do this for a living is pretty awesome.
Vincent Norrman, Korn Ferry Tour rookie, making a move on this Friday.
Yesterday, I missed, I think, 3 putts inside 5 feet, which you can't really do out here. And today I made them, and I feel like that was basically the difference.
The 24-year-old, Stockholm, Sweden, looking to become the 7th Swede to graduate from the Korn Ferry Tour via the regular season.
He's too good, and especially on this golf course where you need to hit in the fairway and put in the right spots on the greens, and I think he gets it done.
While Norman's PGA Tour card was in reach, his good friend John Pak made the cut on the number.
People say golf's a game of misses, and that stayed really true to my first 2 rounds out here. I gotta give myself a little pat on the back because a lot of times I'd probably give up, but I stayed in the process and just kept plugging along.
This is campus, and then over that is downtown Tallahassee. And if you look to the right, there's Doak Campbell Stadium. I've been here for 5 years now, and I was thinking about moving out of here, but it's really nice and easy and simple, and I didn't want to change too much on that amateur to professional transition. I know this place like the back of my hand almost now. I wouldn't be where I am right now without going to Florida State. I look back and you kind of say like, oh, what if I went here, or what if I went there? And I was like, I still think this was the best decision I could have made, was come to Florida State. All of this is Florida State practice facility right here, so it's kind of like where I spend almost all of my time. When I'm not traveling, I'm out here. Damn, that's pretty good. 105? Ladies and gentlemen, Vincent Norrman right there. It's actually really nice to have them around, just kind of like always competing against each other.
You can take this. You give me one? Yeah, I'll give you one.
Yeah. Having a friend like John on tour is amazing. It makes life a little easier.
I strive to be kind of like he is. He's laser focused. He knows what he wants to do.
I can't remember the question, to be honest with you.
As the 2 friends finish off their regular season, their paths diverge at the Pinnacle Bank Championship.
Well, if you're a fan of pressure and players legitimately and literally playing for their livelihoods, this is the week for you.
John Pak gave himself a chance playing the weekend, but was unable to gain traction.
It didn't drive it well, and it showed.
Finishing 62nd, the 23-year-old loses his status on the Korn Ferry Tour for next season.
I know I have a lot of work that I need to do in the off-season. Gotta keep telling myself I'm still a little young, still a lot to learn, and just gotta keep believing in the process.
On the other end of the spectrum, Yuan continued his dominant season.
Yuan got himself in the conversation with that 3rd round 62.
After carding one of the lowest scores on moving day, Yuan's dominant regular season ended with his 8th top 10.
This week I didn't really focus too much on the points, where I'm at. Really just stay in the moment, stay in the shot. Just gotta be myself, be Carl, and play good golf.
While Yuan soaked in the last event of the regular season, all eyes were on Vincent Norrman.
The most important person currently on the golf course in terms of the 25, Vincent Norrman.
With one shot making the difference, the pressure of the final round mounted as Norrman double bogeyed 5.
It was just something I had to forget about and just keep going. I went birdie straight after that, which is pretty good.
You talk about a great bounce back story. Norrman for a massive birdie.
Honestly, with like 2 feet out, I thought it was dead center. I can't believe that missed.
Par likely to be good enough for Norrman. Plenty of players still out on the golf course that can make runs and bump him.
While Vincent's fate hung in the balance, Taylor Montgomery was flirting with his first win.
Taylor Montgomery is headed to the PGA Tour, but has never won on the Korn Ferry Tour. Finished second 5 separate times, including twice in his last 4 starts.
But the co-leader's hopes were dashed with an errant tee shot on the 12th.
It's tied for the lead until that quadruple bogey 8. Tee shot went out of bounds.
Montgomery salvaged his round to finish 3rd, while Kevin Dougherty made a push up the leaderboard.
Kevin Dougherty, just a shot off the lead, needs a victory here at this Pinnacle Bank Championship to have a shot at the 25.
I knew when I birdied 15, I think that was to maybe tie the lead.
After 47 holes without a bogey, Kevin's run came to an end on the second to last hole.
At his first bogey since his 13th hole on Friday, and at the most inopportune time.
Being in contention with so much on the line and having a chance there at the end, I enjoyed it so much. It was big time. Man, it was just fun. That's kind of the best way to put it.
As Dougherty finished tied for third, it was a sure thing that Vincent Norrman was in the 25.
You in? Vinny, you in? Oh, let's go, baby. Congratulations.
At the conclusion of the regular season, the 25 was confirmed with Vincent Norrman landing in 23rd, joining the others at the card ceremony to collect their ticket to the PGA Tour.
You all have put in the work. You've proven that you can play at the highest level and have earned your spot to play with the very best in the world on the PGA Tour.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Taylor Montgomery.
It feels awesome. A lot better than I thought it would be. No words to explain it, that's for sure. This is really cool. So it's a memory that will last forever.
From Tucson, Arizona, Trevor Werbelow.
I think it's finally starting to sink in a little more now. It's something I've dreamed about kind of my whole life. It's a pretty surreal kind of moment. Coming out of college, I certainly believe that it could happen this quick, but you never know. And so for it to happen this fast is pretty cool.
A 24-year-old who gave up hockey to pursue a professional golf career. From Stockholm, Sweden, Vincent Norrman.
I'll pick it up here. Feels pretty good. It's amazing. It's so funny because you have these goals in your mind. They're like, you want to make it to the tour, and like I can't believe it right now.
And at number 1 on the Korn Ferry Tour points list, this 25-year-old University of Washington alum from Dalian, China, Carl Yuan.
I'm kind of emotional. Feel like all the hard work we put in finally pay off. I know I'll be on the big tour next year, and seeing all my fellow competitors achieving their goals, their dreams, is definitely something special. It's much more than just myself. There we go.
We're all sharing this moment and all super excited for what the future holds.
Please raise your glass for this year's Korn Ferry Tour class of the 25. Cheers.
Welcome back to One Shot Away. After celebrating the 25 in Omaha, attention turns to the 3-tournament Korn Ferry Tour finals. With 25 more PGA Tour cards up for grabs, it's a fresh start for players in the top 75. For Kevin Dougherty, a tie for 5th at regular season's end has left him hungry heading to Boise.
Growing up, we always ate relatively healthy. It didn't really click until my sophomore year of college. I just told myself that I gotta take really good care of my body, and so ever since is when I've been full force into it the way I am now. Hi. The main concept that I go by is PFF, which is protein, fat, and fiber. So every meal is going to have some sort of organic meat, and then there's gonna be a vegetable and a fat. This week, there's an amazing grocery store called Boise Co-op, and all of this is grown here in Boise, which is just easier and can support kind of local businesses and everything like that. So go shop for the week and kind of plan out what we're gonna have for dinner and lunch and breakfast and go from there. Every meal that I eat the entire week is bought and cooked by myself. So I have not eaten in player dining one time. It's kind of like a vice away from the golf tournament and the course and everything like that, where I can just come home and do something I love to do and feel great. I've seen changes in multiple facets of my life. The energy that I have is through this roof. I sleep like a baby. I can go from 7 a.m. till 9 p.m., traveling, everything, and I feel great. It's more of just a lifestyle rather than a diet because it's something that I enjoy to do. My wife eats the exact same way I do.
It like flipped my world upside down, and I was like, wow, like I thought I was healthy, and he's reading all the ingredients on every single thing. If there is a grain of sugar, we're not eating it. But it has been a part of our lives, and I love it.
What's wrong?
She's hungry.
Is she? You see some of the biggest guys on the PGA Tour, they'll have a chef cook them breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and personal chef is a pretty penny. So we'll just make a few more birdies, and that could be on the payroll next.
At the finals, all about putting yourself in a great position for next season.
After Kevin Dougherty's opening round 68, a run of bogeys on Friday extinguished his momentum, missing the cut alongside Trevor Werblow.
I had good vibes going into Boise, and I just didn't make enough putts to contend on a course like that.
Starting the week 3 over, Yuan was unable to make up ground in round 2, missing the cut and opening the door to the #1 spot on the rankings. Vincent Norrman was riding high after earning his card. The Swede finished tied for 26th to kick off his finals campaign.
My ball strike in the first 2 days were not great, and then I actually played great on the weekend. It was actually pretty cool how I managed that week, I'd say.
On a streak, Taylor Montgomery, still looking for his first ever Korn Ferry Tour victory.
Sitting in solo second heading into Sunday, Taylor Montgomery had all the momentum.
The final round, I didn't hit as many fairways as I needed to score, but overall a great week and gave me another chance to win.
As the Korn Ferry Tour finals marched on to the Buckeye State, Montgomery kept things rolling at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship.
What a clinical shot that was. Wow.
The first 2 rounds, I felt like I was playing fine, and then the 3rd round, I played great. It was just a big difference.
A 63 on Saturday helped Montgomery capture his 9th top 10 of the season. And while the UNLV grad prospered, Norman and Dougherty failed to find the weekend, with Dougherty missing consecutive cuts for the first time this season.
I mean, sometimes it's just golf. Sometimes the hole looks a little smaller than other weeks.
Trevor Werblow found his groove early in the week, making the cut for the first time in 5 starts.
Just kind of eliminating a few mistakes here and there and can put myself right in with a chance to win.
And Yuan, with 3 rounds in the 60s, finished in a tie for 14th.
It was a bit of a grind. It was definitely a solid week, even though I didn't have my best game.
A new challenge awaited Yuan in Indiana, as he found himself out of the top spot in the season-long points list.
Victoria National Golf Club once again puts a bow on the Korn Ferry Tour season. And on a property which used to be strip mines, players this week are looking to strike gold and earn a PGA Tour card.
Seeking his golden opportunity, Kevin Dougherty arrived in the Hoosier State, with one final chance to advance to the PGA Tour with a top result.
It's kind of like a fresh slate, and there's been plenty of guys that finished well in the first event and missed the next 2 cuts and they got their card, or vice versa, so that's just kind of the mindset we have.
Kevin Dougherty making a move, coming off 2 straight birdies.
With his family by his side, Dougherty overcame a double bogey early in his 2nd round to record a pair of scores in the 60s and move on to the weekend in a tie for 20th.
I just stayed patient. I just thought about how lucky I am, and I get to play golf for a living, and that kind of freed me up. So I played my last 11 6 under.
As players like Dougherty fought for a PGA Tour card, others, secure in their future, sought to improve their season standings.
It's been a season of 2 halves for Trevor. Last week he made the first cut since June. It's just trying to build whatever little pieces of momentum you can scrape together.
There's a lot to play for still, and a good week this week will go a long way, and kind of to build some momentum going into the fall.
Starting 6 under through the first 2 rounds, Trevor Werblow's pace slowed on the weekend, resulting in a tie for 56th. Dougherty struggled as well to maintain his course from early week, ending his season and a bid for a PGA Tour card in a tie for 52nd.
I hit it good enough to get into contention. I just didn't hole enough putts. A little bit of the story of the year. It's definitely a little bit of a silver lining. I'm going to get to spend more time with her, which is amazing.
With one event left, Yuan was out of the top spot in the season-long points list for the first time since March.
Still trying to finish number 1 on the points list. Being a little behind, I don't really mind that.
Through 3 rounds, Yuan was among the leaders, entering Sunday in a tie for 6th. However, despite a 3 under final round, Justin Suh's victory in Indiana allowed the USC graduate to overtake and secure the number 1 spot.
Left a couple here and there, but still overall very, very solid tournament. Getting the card is a big part, you know, had a great season. Excited for the next step.
And that's it for the 2022 Korn Ferry Tour season. 26 weeks of players giving 100% to achieve their goal of playing on the PGA Tour. Congrats to those that succeeded, and for those returning next season, the dream to play professional golf at its highest level lives on, right here on One Shot Away.
It's my first year playing as a pro. It's pretty cool. I learned a lot about traveling and how to handle myself. I feel like the year's flown by.
I'm still really young. I'm still not at the climax of my career. I've got a lot to look forward to.
I had quite a few high finishes for the season. Those experiences are definitely carrying me onto the PGA Tour.
This season, it's been amazing. It probably is the most free year that I've ever played, so I'm really enjoying the journey.
I know I have a lot of learning to do, but I'm just really excited to get out there and do it.
I know that my game can compete against the best players in the world. I think that'll certainly help me going forward.